I got thrown out of films. I got replaced unceremoniously. And here I am today. I'm very proud of my journey. Everyone is not going to like me anyway. And everyone is not going to hate me anyway. I think I was trying to fit in because I thought the Hindi film heroine had to be a certain type.
Hi everyone, joining us today is Vidya Balan. Vidya, welcome to the Quint.
Thank you.
Are you excited that Shakuntala Devi is coming out on a digital platform, and are you feeling that there won't be any jitters or the Friday jitters won't be there? Are you
I
happy?
don't know. It's going to be a new experience that I'm looking forward to. Come 31st July, I think I won't even have to wait until 12 noon because uh, it'll probably be out at midnight.
But otherwise, do you have a Friday ritual?
I sleep in on that Friday. I behave like nothing's happened because I don't want to think about the fact that a film is released and then the numbers are being clocked and watched and all of that. So I sleep. I wake up really late. Then I have a leisurely breakfast, and I don't do any interviews that day. I tell all my producers that I'll promote the film only up to the day before the release. So it's almost like I'm living in a bubble that day.
Vidya, talking about your role in the film, I want to ask you whether it's Shakuntala Devi or whether it's any of the other parts that you've got in the past. Do you, the person, ever judge the role that you're going to play?
Yeah, for example, I think I was a different person before the dirty picture because Silk and I are like chalk and cheese. I couldn't find any similarities between the two of us. Um, so I think there was some kind of judgment of the approach she took to stardom. But I think once I began prep for the film, I remember Milan Luthria used to keep telling me one thing that he'd say, if you accept her, people will accept her and respect her. But if you judge her, it could go awfully wrong. And I'd be like, what sort of cue is this from my director? Because he wouldn't say anything else to me. He'd just keep repeating this on a loop. But I understand what he meant. I understood what he meant by the time I went in to shoot. Because if I wasn't comfortable with the way she was, then that would show in my physicality, that would show in my performance. That would be unfair.
Right.
Especially when you're playing a real person, although the dirty picture was only a semi-biopic, even then, when you're living someone's life, they're not judging themselves. So you shouldn't be judging them. With Shakuntala Devi, I think there was an element of awe. Because all I knew about her was that she's a mathematical genius, she's a human computer, and that she's in the Guinness Book of World Records. But what I didn't know is that she had a wicked sense of humor. She wanted to live every moment of her life. She did her maths shows like they were magic shows. There was a certain swag, a certain elan to her. She did it, she connected with you, she used her humor to make a joke that you remember, and she made you befriend numbers. She made you enjoy maths.
Vidya, your journey has been anything but easy. You've done multiple ad films. You've had your first show that you ever shot for shelved. You've had multiple films shelved. I want to ask you that do you think in Hindi film industry we could have a system where actors can go and talk to a body, probably have a system in place where if certain things like a project probably not working out where they have already been signed for happens, you have a system for it. Do you ever see something like that happening for us?
I personally don't think, there is a need for that. Now, this is life, Diksha. There are ups and downs, there are hits and misses, there are highs and lows, and we have to be able to embrace it. That is what life is all about. We wanting a world which is full of roses, but every rose has a thorn. You can't forget that. It's okay. I got thrown out of films. I got replaced unceremoniously. And here I am today. I'm very proud of my journey. I wouldn't have it any other way. I know it's tough, and I'm very blessed because, I didn't come from another city. I hadn't broken ties with my family to enter films. They were my strong support system and continue to be. And thankfully, today I also have a husband who's extremely supportive because the ups and downs are part of life. Whether you're a beginner or you're an established actor or a star, whatever. It's at some point you're doing really well, at some point you're not. But I had that support, which is why I spoke about it, and that gave me strength. I realized that that's not the end of the world. But I'm guessing that for a lot of people, they don't have that support, which is why it becomes overwhelming for them. So I suggest when you're going through something, just talk to someone. You can seek professional help or speak to people who are close to you or just write it out on a sheet of paper, record it on your phone. Because when you say it out aloud, solutions appear, perspective re-emerges.
Right.
It's a very powerful technique, and I think, I really feel that as long as the sun rises, there is always hope. After every sunset, there is a sunrise. But you have to have the patience, you have to go through what you have to go through. I know sometimes it's really tough. I know I'm still in a very fortunate position, even at my worst. But I don't think the solution is in having some someone may cast you today and then maybe they feel you're not the right person for it. Are we not allowed to change our minds? Of course, but do it well. Give that person the dignity of a response.
Right.
Don't just shut out that other person.
Vidya, I think one thing that really stands out for me in your journey is how I've seen you probably as a person change a little, and then from that, the films that you started doing also sort of changed. And you've said that you went on fat diets, you were probably trying to look a certain way. But I want to ask you, when you realized that this was happening with you, uh, how did what was the struggle like for you from in the process of changing? And was there a cost that you probably had to pay for it, you know, just for being who you are?
No, I realized that, I had lost my way. I was not being who I am. I was trying to be who I thought people expected me to be. So when perspective re-emerged, you know, I think I began to feel that it's okay to be me. Doesn't matter. Everyone is not going to like me anyway, and everyone is not going to hate me anyway. There will be people who like me. There will be people who like me some more. There will be people who like me less. But that's life. As long as I like myself, that's the only guarantee I can give myself.
But
My own love and acceptance.
was there a time that you were trying to please people?
Of course, I was. I think early on after the first 2 years of my career, I think I was trying to fit in because I thought the Hindi film heroine had to be a certain type, or was a certain type. I felt the pressure to adhere.
Can I ask you what was that moment when that happened? Like what changed?
I don't think it's one moment. It's many, many moments, and initially you don't realize it and you want to push it away and you're saying, what rubbish is this? And then suddenly you have no choice but to confront the fact that, you know, you lost your way. No one is infallible. We're all humans. We're all human. We all make mistakes. Sometimes we make the wrong choices. We don't pay heed to our own inner voice. That's okay. That's part of the learning and growth here. So I don't think there's one moment. That there was that period 2007-8 which was very definitive for me. But having said that, it's not that just that one period. At various points in life, I've had these definitive, you know, phases.
Right.
Some are more public, some are less public phases.
Vidya, your social media is also like sort of personal, a little bit of promotional, and we don't really know what you think about politics, probably, or anything that's going around. Is that a conscious choice, one? And like, do you think it's fair for people to, hound actors or hound people from the industry to put out their any of their opinions out in the public and on social media?
No one can really harm me into giving an opinion, very honestly. If I don't want to speak about something, I won't. So if anyone says there's pressure, I don't believe that. I've never succumbed to that pressure.
Hmm.
Uh, and everyone does exactly what they want to, is what I believe. And I put out what I want to put out here. I'm again putting it out. I don't read the comments. And while I'm very grateful for the people that follow me, um, I don't read comments because I'm not putting it, I'm putting this out to share with you. I'm not putting it out for your opinion on what I put out.
Right,
So I'm very clear about my relationship with social media.
right. I wish we had more time to chat with Vidya, but like, unfortunately, this has to come to an end.
Right. But
Thank
it
you.
was lovely chatting with you.
Same here.
Take care. Bye.
Bye bye.